Alright, this is the final video on the HVAC system. I have now finished everything except for taking that glue and putting it on those seams there where that tape is. That tape's all going to be like that. So, new return is in. Alright, if you remember, there was a hole there. That's a new trunk line. It goes up into the ceiling of the second floor steps. That bay, and it comes up here, and there's a big hole in there. And I, built a box. I had a foam board and jumped up. I had to jump a bay, right? So I had to jump a bay. I had to seal that and seal that, and then I had to make a box, jump up into that bay, jump into there. I had to seal up around that, this is your supply to the second floor. I seal around that, jump over, run over to here. Then there's a wall that goes up into the hallway upstairs. We'll show you that in a minute. All right, and then that gets headed off, and there's a hole that goes up a whole 10 feet to a grill that's up on the wall. Okay, and then all that's sealed, and you can see it's foamed. It's sealed off every little thing up in here, so it's just drawing from one bay. So that's your return. It jumps, it goes all the way down to there, to our box, down the ceiling, down that unit, into the box, back up into the unit, out into the supply, which is then trunk line to the second floor, trunk line to the underneath, which is where we're headed right now. Alright, and you see it's all sealed up now and all glued and whatnot. Still have to patch a little hole there, but that's nothing, that's dead space. Alright, so we're in here, and you see I sealed all that off now. So it's all nice and sealed, the box, everywhere is sealed. I'm going to put an access cover on here. Okay. If you remember before, we had our trunk line. This is our supply. There's our return, supply. Alright. And this is your new high-tech foil something type cover. So you got foam board on all this. It's all sealed up. It's been strapped. So it's been taped. It's been painted with a mastic that makes everything stick together. Then I put zip ties, gigantic zip ties that are like 2 foot. I put 2 of them together and zip tied all these ductwork. So we're gonna hop in here. Hopefully it's the last time I get in the hole. You can see underneath I supported this upper thing instead of putting straps on this. Alright, where the return is underneath, I just went and foamed it all. And the foam pushes up against, this is foam board, but it's been painted, so it's actually rock hard now. And there's your supply line, runs all the way around the building. It also jumps underneath. And we're going to hop back here first, okay? Let me get you out of the light and get a light. So trunk line runs into a hole, like a big serpentine that goes into the garage, right? And that's all foamed up along the wall and sealed up. Then over here you have another trunk line, which runs off the main trunk line, right? And see if I can zoom in on some of this. You see there's all kinds of hits over here. They're all foiled up and sealed. Okay, and there's actually 4 hits right there. You can't see the 2, and I don't feel like crawling back there, but I assure you they're all wrapped up. I even went and I foamed where the hits actually go into the wall. Quick foamed all these different places. Okay, so you have your main caboose, which is an L trunk line, and then it runs off into a Y. So it's like a giant Y. That's all been double sealed with that foil and that, because it's a giant junction box. It was sweating a lot. There's your return under there. That's all foiled up. I think I just saw a drip. That just got done, so that'll slowly fix itself over time. And if I crawl under here again, not looking forward to it. Let me see here if I can unplug one of these lines. Yep. Get rid of one of these lights here, and so I can shim under here real fast. Okay, here we go. So in here, you got a trunk line there. That's a little round pipeline that runs way into the back. It's all foiled up. Okay, and there's your return. Okay. And there's 2 more hits that run. And then there's another mini piece of a trunk line. Let's see if I can get a little closer. A little tough to get around in here. Okay, so that's your return, that's your supply. Your supply on this end, where the other L is, branches into a Y also. That Y contains 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. They're all foiled up. And the main trunk line is also foiled. Okay, and I showed you the straps before. There's straps re-supporting everything. And if you remember, there was a ton of wiring under here. Any wiring I couldn't secure up, I removed as long as it was already disconnected. So there's the other part of the return, the other supply line. So we're out of the hole. That's it. Okay, another supply line. So there you have it. Put that there. Put this here, and I'm gonna build a little access panel, and that's gonna be it for this fun project. But you can't get a higher R value than that. It's the equivalent of probably anywhere from R6 in the weakest places, and it's R6 year-round. Fiberglass dissipates. When they say fiberglass is R19, it's R19 at 70 degrees. When they test that same R19 at 150, it's actually R10. And the same thing, when they test it at 0, it's R10. So foam board keeps its consistency, and so does that foil, year-round in any temperature extreme. So you're guaranteed an R6, and then with the air gap in and around the unit and the tin that was there, probably R8 all the way up to R14 in some places. So for an under the home AC system, you know, that's top of the line, because really if you were to wrap this in duct wrap, that would be R6. Alright, fiberglass, which would be R3 in extreme temperature. Okay, so it was more than doubled, tripled, or quadrupled the R value of this existing HVAC system. So gonna real quickly here, running out of time. Only allowed 10 minutes on YouTube per video, so we're gonna jump out. I'm gonna show you the second floor return. Okay, run upstairs, dust myself off a little. And there's our final return right there. Looks so pretty, doesn't it? Alright, that's our final video in the HVAC system restoration. TrueJack.com.